Toward the very end of Solo, a Star Wars story, is when we get a very big surprise in which we will go over today, all thanks to the writers John and Lawrence Kasdan. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, do be aware that we will be going into major spoilers for Solo, a Star Wars story. If you guys have not seen the film, please do X out of this video right now immediately, because we will be going over a full explanation by the Kasdans about a big cameo that appears toward the very end of Solo, a Star Wars story, and to many of you, it is a very much unexpected cameo. So let's get right into it. Once again, guys, these are major spoilers. If you are here right at this point in this video and you haven't seen the movie, back out right now. Now, looking at the very end of Solo, a Star Wars story, one of my favorite sequences, and it really caught a lot of people by surprise, is when Quira is inside of Dryden Vos's yacht. She puts that little mechanism in, it's like a key of sorts, I believe it was his ring, and out of nowhere, there's a hologram of Darth Maul. He pulls back his hood, he ignites his inquisitor lightsaber, the same exact saber that we do see just before his demise during the battle against Obi-Wan Kenobi on Tatooine. Now, looking at this big Darth Maul cameo, it confused a lot of people out there who have not seen the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. Knowing that, Darth Maul is alive throughout that series, some people haven't seen those two animated TV series for Star Wars, and it left some people out there confused as to why he's alive. Now, Lawrence and John Kasdan, in an interview with GameSpot, they went over the whole entire decision process of including Darth Maul and how they kept it a big secret, and this is what they had to say. So, in the very beginning, John states John was a particular champion of Darth Maul. We knew that Dryden was not the top of this ladder at all, and we wanted it to be someone really powerful, but John was the one who said, it's gotta be Darth Maul, says Lawrence. It goes on to state, I did my homework to know that because of Rebels, because of Clone Wars. We were in a position where this part of Darth Maul's life was gray enough that we could fill it in with this thing, and it worked nicely with Rebels and Clone Wars in that he did survive that incident with Qui-Gon, and he did go into the world of crime and self-interest and was separated from the Empire and the Sith and that whole thing. He goes on to state, to go pursue his own life, so I thought this worked nicely, and it certainly left the door open to use great stuff from the Maul legacy in the future. Alrighty, so he goes on to state, there was a great idea in Force Awakens that leaked and was cut because it leaked, and it drove me crazy because I thought it was a great opening to the movie. Let me stop right there for a second. He's obviously talking about Luke Skywalker's severed hand, holding his lightsaber, floating through space. That eventually got scrapped, so that's what he's talking about. So anyways, it goes on to say, so with this thing, we were very careful to never say it in the script. It was written into the script as, well, a character so shocking to see appear, we'd have to kill you if we told you who it was. And then it goes on to conclude, it was tied to this idea of the line that Quira says very early on in the movie, which is, what if we get snatched by traffickers, Crimson Dawn, or the Hutt Cartel? We love the idea that where there are criminal organizations of the size and scale of Colombian drug cartels out there with armies of people, and that if we get to see them, we'd only see one tiny branch of them, and if Quira moved up a step in the ladder, who was she looking to that's at the top of the food chain? And that's what Lawrence and John Kasdan had to say about Darth Maul's major cameo at the very end of Solo. And exactly what lies in the future, guys. There's a lot of possibilities, right? I don't think that they threw in this character just for the sake of it. As they said, it really does leave a lot of possibilities open for the future. And if you had to ask me, I think that it really would serve a great purpose of throwing Darth Maul into the Obi-Wan Kenobi standalone film, whether he be an indirect or direct villain to Obi-Wan, because we already saw them battle it out against each other at the very end of that episode in Star Wars Rebels before his demise. So I think that what they could possibly do is they could have this Quira and Maul dynamic in one of the spin-off films, whether it be the Obi-Wan movie or the newly announced Boba Fett film, which will be written and directed by James Mangold of Logan. So looking at Darth Maul, I mean, hey, one of my favorite characters, right? I mean, I honestly loved seeing him on the big screen. Was it necessary to throw him in Solo a Star Wars story? I don't know, maybe not, but you know what? I think that it was a great way to open doors to the future. I really do believe so. It really seems like they're really trying to embrace that Marvel route where they can interconnect all of these different characters and stories and leave the possibilities open for future films, connecting to past films. And Darth Maul is another piece to that puzzle. So Darth Maul, I think, is going to serve as yet another villain in a future spin-off film. Like I said, I think that the Boba Fett movie or the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie are two big candidates for Darth Maul appearing in person, in the physical form, as opposed to a hologram. Now, we do know that he was asking Quira to come to Dathomir. How great and fantastic would it be if perhaps in Obi-Wan or the Boba Fett movie, in the very beginning, you get a little glimpse at, of course, Kira's life going to Dathomir and visiting Maul and setting up their plan, whatever they actually have planned out. So let me know what you think about this below in the comments, guys. What did you think about Darth Maul's appearance? Did he seem a little different to you? To me, he did. He looked a whole lot more scarred on his face, a little bit more deformed. By the way, Ray Park played the body and Sam Witwer did the voice, in case you guys were confused about that and all. But anyways, guys, yeah, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about this. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No, I am not the one from night to night.